Alright guys, today I'm going to take a look at the orange Supercrush 100. This is a solid state 100 watt amplifier and they sell all day long for $4.99. So it's a pretty inexpensive amplifier, especially considering it's made by Orange and it's 100 watts. Most of Orange's stuff is pretty expensive, so I'm kind of curious to see how good or bad this amplifier is. I mean, at first glance you're like, it's $4.99 and it's solid state, so how good can it be? Well, we're going to find out, and we'll dial it in from scratch and I'll play some riffs and do a full mix for you. Let's get started. Alright, so as you can see, everything is set at noon, and we're just going to go ahead and start off with the overdrive pedal off. As soon as I turn it on, you will see it appear on the screen here. We'll use the Mud Killer today because I'm very familiar with that pedal and I love it. It's an amazing pedal, and the fact that it has a compression switch on it. Because I'm figuring, since this is a solid state amp, maybe I want a little bit of that tube compression feel, and with this pedal you can get that. Maybe I'll have to switch it on and see if I can get a little more sag or a little more good feel with this amplifier by using that feature on the Mud Killer. Alright, so let's just go ahead and play some crappy boring riffs and dial this amp in and see if we can make this thing scream. Alright, it's got plenty of gain and just enough actually, but it has enough. And it's pretty tight and responsive, so let me screw around with the knobs here that are associated with all the hieroglyphs. It's like they rescued this from King Tut's tomb or something. It's instead of words, it's hieroglyphs. So let's figure out what they do and dial this in some more. Alright, pretty tight and responsive. Obviously this is bass, mids, and treble, which is, they got them reversed when you compare them to most amplifiers. Usually bass is over here, but whatever. So gain's cranked, bass is, I'll put it at 1 o'clock. Keep the mids in the middle for now. I'll dial it in further before I kick on the pedal and see if I can get any more, nastiness out of it. All right, so all of the tone shaping knobs are pretty subtle when you get past noon. When you get below noon, they really do suck a lot of those frequencies out. But beyond noon, it's almost like you get them at noon and then they're in like a pretty proper spot. But then when you go beyond that, it's subtle what it does, you know. So I don't know, I think I got it dialed in pretty good here. I mean, you know, it doesn't do much, like I said, when you go past noon. So the mids, you know, I guess it gives you an appropriate amount. So like, why would you want too much of anything? So I think that they dialed in the tolerances on the knobs to give you, you know, an appropriate amount of those frequencies as opposed to, you know, too much. So I guess that's pretty cool. And the feel actually is better than I expected. I thought it was going to feel like a modeler or something, or, you know, because solid state stuff usually doesn't have that nice tubey warmth and sag and that chewiness to it, but they actually accomplished at least a good amount of that with this amplifier. So let's go ahead and kick on the overdrive now and see what happens, and then I'll further shape the amp's tone if needed. I did not expect that. Holy crap. So when you boost this amplifier, it really does wake up even more. And it was super fun to play. It was very supportive of everything that I was doing. You know how when you play an amplifier and you feel insecure, like, I don't know, man, it's like walking on thin ice. You start hearing it cracking around you and you're like, I don't think I want to go any further. But with this amplifier, not one crack. I mean, I felt like I was standing on ice that was 10 feet thick. I mean, seriously, I'm really surprised at how good the feel is on this amplifier. The feel is great. It really is. So let me further shape the tone both on the amp and the pedal. I want to see what I need to do to get a little more bite out of it. So let's see what we got. Wow, not bad at all. Honestly, I'm surprised. I didn't think I was going to like this amplifier. I really didn't. But, man, for the price, I don't think you could go wrong. Seriously, I really don't. It's actually a pretty freaking cool amplifier. So if you're looking for something that's, you know, in a decent price range and you don't have to worry about tubes and all that stuff, you got a nice solid state power section in it, this actually isn't a bad choice for you. It really isn't. I mean, $4.99, you know, 100 watts. The feel is great. It takes a pedal like a champ. The tone is good, especially if you like the orange stuff. I mean, I definitely think I got, you know, some pretty good bite out of this amplifier. I mean, I got the tone knob cranked all the way up on the Mud Killer, and that definitely helps, but I've had to do that with other amps of mine too, so it's not a big deal. Some amps are just a little softer on the top end. You want that little extra bite, and that cranking the tone knob definitely does that for you without making it too spiky, you know. So let me do a couple of further dial-ins on it. I want to just turn up the bass a little bit, maybe see what the mids are doing with the pedal engaged, and then we'll go ahead and do a mix. All right, pretty cool. All right, so let's go ahead and do a quick mix. I got to get this amp back to Motor City Guitar before they close, and I want to thank Motor City Guitar for allowing me to take this home to do the demo for you guys. And I guess before I do the mix, we'll just do a quick break here and talk about that. So if you like this amp, or if you're looking for some other gear, go ahead and click the link below and go to Motor City Guitar's website and get yourself something cool. They ship anywhere in the continental US, and if you buy outside of the state of Michigan, you don't pay any sales tax. And while we're at it, if you like what you're seeing here, please subscribe and click the bell so that you can be notified anytime I either go live or come out with new episodes. I give you an unprocessed audio production of any gear that I'm doing here. I don't do any processing. There's no EQ on the mics or EQ on the video after I get done, editing and stuff like that. It's all raw. So I'm not here to try to make things sound good so that you buy them. I'm just here to show you what they really sound like, and then whether or not you want to buy it, that's up to you. All right, so back to the show. All right, so let's do a mix real quick, and I'll just do this one. That'll work. And see what this sounds like in a mix. Wow, I got to tell you, I am very surprised at how much I like this amplifier. I mean, is it the best amp I ever played? I don't know. I mean, people ask me that all the time. What's the best amp on your shelves? It depends on the day. You know, I come down here all the time and play any one of these amps, and I think, wow, this is my favorite amp. And then the next day, well, the next one's my favorite. So, but even though I own all these amps and I think they're all amazing, and, you know, I mean, so I have a point of reference. I have lots of points of reference, actually. So with that, I can play this amplifier and still say it's actually really good, especially considering the price and the fact that it's solid state. The feel is great. The tone is awesome. You know, I've played orange amps in the past and I never really super gelled with them, but I actually think I gel with this one more than I've gelled with other ones, which is really odd because those were tube amps. And I'm a tube amp guy, obviously, and I still gelled really well with this. So I think if you're looking for a really good amplifier at a, you know, a very fair price, I mean, this is a good option for you. It really is. And when you watch this video, this is literally my first impressions of it. I didn't even warm up with it, nothing. You're seeing me actually process the whole thing as I'm playing it, like I'm processing, and I'm really pleased with what I'm hearing and feeling here. So great amplifier. Well, to all my subscribers and Patreon supporters, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys, and please don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share this video in some of the groups, and I want to see what those people think of this amplifier as well. Well, I got a lot of great stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.